So, what is up, guys? Back with another video. It is a different background today. We're going to come to you guys with 1,000 videos in 1,000 different places in the world. But we are here to talk about the Raiders versus Niners. First, let's just talk about the scrimmage that happened. The offense showed up. That's the story every year, Dustin. Here we are. Offense shows up and defense doesn't.
It's facts. I've always said that's been the Raiders' biggest problem for the longest time is that we've always had an offense. I mean, we've always had an offense. It's the defense.
But no matter who we put on the defense, we can't figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, over all the years, you can go out there. We've never had an issue scoring points. Frickin' Derek Carr, what did he win? 24, 26, fourth quarter comebacks. I mean, guy's got 40,000 yards, probably 32, 34 with us. I mean, offense has never been the issue. It's always been the defense. I said about a month and a half ago, I said we were talking about it on my show, and I just basically brought up that if the defense doesn't show up this year, it's going to be struggling pretty hard because Patrick Graham has not been the greatest coach. I don't care what anybody says or thinks or where
We should fire him if we struggle.
Pete got here. He literally swapped everything of his in the defense. So you can tell Pete didn't even like his scheme. I mean, he runs cover 2. Pete runs cover 3. He doesn't blitz. Pete blitzes. I mean, he just runs a whole different deal. He runs a 3-4 multi D. Pete runs a 4-3 under. I mean, I don't know. I just think if you were the head coach and you came here and you were thinking that Patrick Graham was this good defensive coordinator, why would you be trying to change his game plan? So that's all I would say. I think the defense has a lot of struggles in this deal, especially with the Niners scrimmage. I mean, they were getting burnt out, they were getting burnt by the safeties. They were getting burnt by the halfback across the safeties. Halfback was burning us. I mean, they had backup receivers burning us.
They don't literally have their starting receiver core from last year. It's all gone or injured, and so when you're going against backups, I expect a little better. I mean, I'm just gonna be real. Here's the thing, right? I made a post about it the other day. And from what Dustin just said, listen, there is almost no belief in Patrick Graham here, bro. His scheme isn't good enough. They don't trust him to coach his scheme. And I'm just gonna be frank, I don't trust him to run even Pete's scheme because we already suck. And I get it. There's a lot of moving pieces. But I just feel like at some point you have to show better defense. We are getting killed every year. We're not making playoffs because this defense can't stop a fucking nosebleed.
Yeah, they give up the run a lot. It doesn't matter who's up there.
And that's another thing. We are one of it. It just makes me want to throw up when I know a team is gonna run down our throat because we can't stop the motherfucking run.
Yeah, and it's been that way no matter who is
back there coaching defense.
Yeah, I've been back there the whole entire time. When it comes to the run game, went out there. We got Pratt, we got Landon Roberts, we got White, we got multiple people on inside there. You got Jamal.
I really truly wish, if I'm just being real,
but that's why I'm just saying, I talked about it last week that I said if you have all these coaching replacements, all these new people coming in, all this new coaching staff, you changing the roster, you have to have the starter start at some point. There's just no way you can sit and say, oh man, all these changes came in here, but nobody's starting. Look at it like this, right? We're over here.
Look to everyone that's in here tonight.
They're acting like our players are oh man, they're superstars. They all just gel well.
No.
Everything's been going perfect for them. It's perfect world. And we want to sit people only playing for a few snaps.
Actually,
Only playing thanks. Playing for a few snaps, this, that, the other. But look at Jim, right? Jim comes from Michigan, shows up over here, takes this team to what 11-6, I think is what they ended up. Made
11
playoffs,
6 last year, and then got beat by the Texans.
made the playoffs. Very first year, fucking with everything he's got. Herbert fucking played good during the regular season, sucked during the playoffs, fucking like usual. But what my point is like he doesn't even think that they're too good to not play their starters. Herbert
No,
has been with how long has Herbert
for
been with
scrimmage.
the Panthers? For 5 years,
This
4
is
years,
his 5th year, 6th year.
so 5, 6 years. Harbaugh said, "Hey man, you're gonna fucking start in the preseason. You're gonna fucking
Yep.
start. You're gonna play."
Well, and that's what every
First
team's doing
time,
now.
it's the first time in his career. He's never played in the fucking preseason. I never
Yeah,
knew that. I didn't know that. You know, you think about all the quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, everybody plays in the
well,
preseason, but I never
it's
knew
really
he
this
did.
year, if I'm just being honest, like where I've seen all 32 starters play within the first two, like starting quarterbacks in the first 2 weeks, because we've seen it more in the later parts. But because we're now knocking down preseason games where there's potentially only going to be two soon, you want to see these starters sooner because you want to see what they have to offer. And it's really going to be a thing moving forward for every team. Like, who do they have at the starter? Who do they have at the backup? And when we played last week, there's been some misconception. There's been people saying that our offense struggled, and I get it. For the 6 snaps that they played, we have to see them in this preseason game. But more importantly, we have to see that defense because you know, in that first game versus the Seahawks, we couldn't stop the run for anything. We really couldn't.
If you can't stop the run, you're not gonna fucking win games. It's just facts. I
Well,
mean,
and if you can't stop the run, you can't
everybody
stop the
thinks
pass.
that you
I
have to
mean,
win, that you have to win through the air, you have to win through passing, but it's not true. If you have a good defense that can fucking hold teams to 1 or 2 possessions, and you're just consistently running the ball because they can't stop you. I mean, this isn't a video game. See, like you can get a guy to rage quit and talk shit in the mic and say, all you do is run the fucking ball, blah, 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 blah. Well, they're thinking in real life is if you let me run the ball, that's your fucking fault. Just like it should be in a video game, just like anything, because they're like, if I'm running it and you can't even stop me. Like that's how they're thinking about
why
it.
am I going to
Like, you
pass it?
can't even fucking stop me. You suck that bad, you can't even stop the run. So
Well, if you can't stop me running 6 yards down your throat, they're going to consistently run the ball.
if you run the ball, you run the clock. It's just facts. The game will go so fast it'll be over in no time. You run the ball, you run the clock. It's just
And guess what? Even worse, if you're down deficit wise and you still can't stop the run, yeah, you're done.
every every NFL team, unless they're in a hurry up offense, the clock will run down to anywhere between 5 seconds and
To
0 seconds.
10, 12.
Like they'll just run the whole deal down before they make the
Yep.
snap. Dude, a lot of times guys are going to the line with 10 seconds on the countdown clock. You know, like it's just if you run the ball, you run the clock. It's just facts. So I just think with Harbaugh, like Harbaugh was with Herbert last year. You know, they went through this whole deal, and he still wants to see a starter out on the field. And we over here are just like, yeah, we just believe in Jimmy or Gino. He doesn't need to start. And I'm just like, yeah, that's fucking crazy if you believe that. Like, that's just fucking crazy because, first off, the guy threw fucking 15 interceptions. He's thrown an interception damn near every fucking camp. And the other things I've always said, like the NFL is a twisted fucking organization because let's be real. Let's be real. When Gino got here, they were talking about him throwing picks all the fucking time. They were fucking saying all kind of shit. They weren't even talking a fucking word about Aiden. They wouldn't talk about Aiden. They didn't bring him up. They didn't say fucking shit about him. And then when people brought up the fact like, hey, he's doing better than Gino, playing better in practice, this, that, the other, people are still just bashing him. But the fuck was it? They were still bashing him, and god damn it, now what was I thinking?
that when AOC was playing better than Gino, they weren't saying anything. But then even when
Yes, they weren't saying a thing to him about him, and then fucking they were talking about the interceptions, and then Aiden would throw one here and there, and but they wouldn't bring up Aiden for nothing. Like they wouldn't talk about him the whole entire camp. But then what happens? Aiden goes and throws an interception in camp now, and you know when the Aiden Gino fucking talk started, and then you would never see no tape on them fucking anything. Not Gino throwing a pick after he thrown 90 of them. You don't see Aiden fucking none. Like they don't really show him. But then after the Gino Aiden talk, then fucking all of a sudden, boom, fucking here comes Aiden. They show multiple fucking highlights of Aiden throwing interception. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, okay, you don't fuck show motherfucker about Gino throwing fucking 90 of these bitches. But after all the talk of it, now you're going to pop off a video of Aiden throwing a pick? Like, why would you fucking do that shit? You know, like, it's like the NFL tries to twist and manipulate shit or coaches or things like you've never shown a video of this guy the whole time. You've never showed a video of him the whole entire time. And then now, and don't get me wrong, they probably have one or two, you know, a few here and there passing or so, but nothing. Yeah. And then that's the one you want to highlight. I think it's just crazy. I think it's crazy how they think or where you going, bro? Are you watching the movie?
No.
Papa. Where? Where, bro? Hold on. Don't let me drop you. What? Hold on.
But yeah, you know, they didn't really show Aiden, and now it's, you know, they still barely show him, and when they do, it's just a negative play. But I mean, it all happens. All right. So about that. But yeah, I mean, Gino needs to start in this next game. Gino needs to continue to get to gel with these offensive players, even through any action with these other players. All right, hey, what's up?
Man, Bell just tries to showcase what they want, man. Yeah. Like, I think it's kind of like, why won't you show Gino's interceptions throughout the camp? But the second that it becomes a conversation about Aiden,
just show every bad
play. Now you're like, okay, we'll show his fucking highlight of interceptions. Like, that's crazy as fuck.
We could do the same thing for Gino. It's just crazy.
Fuck, big time. Aiden might get a few. Gino, I can show you like a fucking career highlight real fast.
Just all in one off season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'll give you
all those interceptions in camp were fucking recorded. This dude had like fucking 100 interceptions just right now.
I'd give you a 2 minute 15 30-second video of fucking him throwing picks. It'd just be crazy. But like I said, I mean, in the scrimmage,
he looks good right now, so I can't lie. I mean, I may disagree with the deal, but he does look really good with our team.
Oh yeah, I mean,
He has a connection with Bowers, which is crazy. Like he has this connection with Bowers and Trey Taylor, or Trey Taylor, fucking Tucker. He
Trey
has
Tucker, yeah.
hella good. Like it's almost weird. It's almost hell weird. Like Trey, I think Trey's biggest issue in the last few years is just having someone that's consistent with them, that has repetition,
I
that
mean,
can,
he could go and give us 800 yards this year.
yeah, because he's fast, so it's hard to time with players like that. But Gino fucking got it down with that dude. Like he has it down with him, and he has it down with Brock. Like he knows how to play. I mean, that video showing my deal, Brock going up for a fucking contested catch on their corner. A corner got his hand right at his like right on his side, and he's fucking jumping straight up in the air, and Brock still knocked that shit and took it from him.
Well, and the conversation we had the other day was, who is Aiden's guy? When we're talking about quarterbacks, who's Aiden's guy? Gino has all these guys, that he's connecting with right now. And I mean, I think even
I've said
Dante
Cam Miller has his guy in Jackson, and
should enter Jackson.
Aiden doesn't have a guy. I've thought about that multiple times.
Well, I mean, like I said, welcome, Ozzy. I don't know where you went, but there he is.
Sorry, my bad, bro. I'm still connecting my
No,
shit
you're
'cause I'm
fine. No,
rearranging
you're
my
fine.
office space. Can you guys hear me good now?
Yep.
All right, cool. I can hear you guys now.
But
go ahead.
as the thing says, we get to play the 40 whiners, the 40 excuses. Oh my God, that's horrible. But it just seems like here we are yet again, and we're having the same freaking conversations. Hopefully, the defense does, shape up somewhat. But the offense did fine in the scrimmage. The defense, not so much. And it's really to the point where my post the other day where I stated Patrick Graham he just may not make it much longer here. His defense, his scheme's already been outed. And if he was that good of a DC, they'd let him call his defense, but he's not. He's not that good. And I made it very clear on that post. I don't take Patrick Graham as more than a one more year type guy where he'll get through this year maybe, but then after this, he's probably going to go if this defense isn't it.
Yeah, man. I mean, me and Dustin were kind of talking about it in the chat this morning, like the DSR chats, and I basically said like two things, especially when it comes to defense, that I look at. Number one is tackling, and I said in there like, you learn that shit. I mean, for you guys, like Pop Warner, fucking high school and shit, and then you just refine it in college. And I was saying that from the perspective of like Aussie rules, but it kind of still applies in American football from like Pop Warner, high school, college. That's where you should learn how to fucking tackle. Because from the reports that I'm hearing, man, it's like it wasn't like we were just getting burnt in coverage. It sounds like we're still getting gutted in the run too. And that's the problem. Like, if you're a pro football player and you can't tackle someone, it might not even be the like necessarily just coaching, like it's partly that, but I feel like there's just certain players on the squad or mentality that people don't want to have that energy that like kind of like Max has and fucking Hemingway obviously has as a young guy, where they have that want to hit somebody. I mean, if you're going to play defense, you have to have that willingness to be willing to A, take a hit, and B, give a hit, like to tackle someone, hit somebody. And then it's also, like I said, Dustin in the convo, is that when it comes to coverage, like you have to have the want-to of wanting to, in your own time, you have to go and study film on your opponent. Like if you're the cornerback one, chances are you're going to be lined up against their wide receiver one. So you should be watching all the game film and whatever you can find on that dude in your own time in the week leading up to the game, and study that motherfucker's tendencies like it's your fucking goddamn religion. Like that's what you're getting paid to do. It kind of reminds me of Jamarcus Russell when he didn't watch the tapes. Like if you're not doing your job either in coverage or tackling, that's also on you as a player. And I feel like there's some players on our team that have that, like Max. And Hemingway looks like he's a young guy that might have that, that right kind of energy that we need. But then there's also guys on this team, man, that I just don't know. If it was up to me, I'd probably just fucking cut their ass, just like we cut Jack Jones. And I'm going to be watching this Niners preseason game real close because usually the preseason games will have like the coaches film like the last one did. And then when I can really take a dive into like who on this team has a willingness to tackle and cover properly and who doesn't. Because that's what I'm probably going to be paying attention to. Because like you said, the offense in the scrimmage looked, decent or good. But the defense is still having the same issues again. So
fucking Ashton Jency broke off a 70-yard touchdown.
Yeah, which is good to know. Like at least that shows me at least the offensive line is improving from last week.
Yeah, 72. Yep.
So that's a good sign. Because it was almost getting to the point where. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I mean, listen, I don't want to see us getting gutted for 6-7 yards of carry. So
that shit pisses me off, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't give a. It's like I've said 1,000
times. There was like a third and like 10 or something in that fucking Seattle game. We allowed a fucking first down. I was like, okay, here we go.
And it's not just even the run too. It's like the yards after the catch because the same principles apply to that. Like. If there's one thing I can't stand, though, it's bad tackling. Like, I don't know how you can be a pro athlete and not be out. Like, you're playing contact football of some kind, and you can't tackle. Or you're playing pro football of some kind, and you can't tackle a dude after he catches the ball and you runs for an extra 5, 10 yards.
Yo, Ozzy. The other day, on that Patrick Graham post, right? I had someone comment, and I had someone comment. They're like, I don't blame him because the D-line wasn't getting pressure. I said, you're not blaming the defensive coordinator who's supposed to scheme up the defense to get pressure. And you're not blaming him?
I agree. It's a combination. It's a coaching and the players, like certain players. Because there are certain players that are like that look like they're doing jobs. I mean, even Jamal Adams, he just came to the team. And if you watch him against Seattle, he was one of the few players out there that was doing their job. He was doing his assignments. He was coming down to the line of scrimmage and making the tackle.
He was one of our biggest bright spots, our linebackers.
Yeah, facts. Like I watched him in the last game, and then I went back as we're watching it with Dustin and stuff in the Discord. And then I went back and watched some of it again, and you can just watch the way Jamal plays. Like he reads the play, and then he comes down to the line, and he makes a tackle. Sometimes even like either at the line or just like half a yard behind the line. That's what you want to see in the run game. If not, preferably tackle for loss, but at least stop them at the line of scrimmage. Like, at least come down and read your assignment. Like, he was locked in. Like, Jamal was locked in. And he's just switched from safety to linebacker, and he can do it. So why can't these other fuckers that have been playing linebacker their whole lives or fucking whatever position their whole lives and they can't do it? And this guy's just switched positions and he can do it just fine?
Yeah.
So to me, it's the attitude of the certain players as well. And I just don't understand it.
What do we think? What do you think's going to end up happening tomorrow in the preseason game? Is the offense going to play? Is the starters going to play the first half?
I hope so. I mean, to be honest, we have a new head coach. We have a new offensive coordinator. Our defensive coordinator is switching up schemes because Pete Carroll wants to implement new things like cover 3 and so on. We have a bunch of new players. Like, there's no reason for us not to be playing our freaking ones. Like, they should play a half. If it was up to me, they'd be playing a half. But at the bare minimum, they should play a quarter. But I would actually, the way it depends how they look in the first quarter. But if the defense especially doesn't have their shit together in the first quarter, I'd definitely make them play at least 2 quarters.
Thanks.
Like, this is the time to knock the rust off. We don't want to be talking about the same shit in like week 3 and 4. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be talking about it in week 6.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there is the train of thought that sometimes week 2 or 3.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna just be real. I'm gonna be straightforward. I'm gonna say it like this. I don't want to play the carousel of fucking excuses from Raider Nation. That's why I'm not.
There's no excuse, man.
Well, we're at the carnival ride. We're over here. All right, guys. What's our excuse? What's our excuse this week? Injuries? All right. What about next week? Oh, short week. Okay. Next week. Oh, Ashton Genty had a fucking hurt fucking pinky toe. Oh man, no. It's I'm just gonna be straight up honest, man. Like half of Raider Nation it's like a clown show here, bro. It just straight is.
I think it's just people not understanding the game because, like I said, even me as a person living overseas, like in a different country, because at least I played football here, like our version of it. There's some things that is like that's translatable to the sport, even though it's different sports. There's like tackling is tackling at the end of the day. Like if you no pads on, don't make a difference. You either know how to tackle or you don't. So, like certain things are similar, even though it's different sports. And it's like the fundamentals of football is similar. You know what I mean? Like both are contact footballs. Like it's not soccer. Aussie rules isn't soccer. It's both NFL and AFL are both contact football. So contact football is contact football when it comes to tackling. We also have forms of coverage, if you will. It's not the same as the NFL, but there are forms of having to cover the ball in the air when it's coming in the air and stop someone marking it, which is similar to pass breakup. So it's like there's similarities. So
this next thing we're going to talk about is I should have put two different things, but I'm just going to say here. A, will the defense be the fault of our team? And B, when is the quickest we're going to figure this out defensively?
Well, I think it does have to start with, in this case now, with Pete, with the head coach, because he is a defensive coach. So if Pete can't fix the fundamentals of football and the defense, no one's going to be able to do it. And it's like, you just wonder when's it going to fucking change. Like we've been watching this fucking same horror show on defense for 20 years, man. Like it's not something new. So if we can't do it with Pete Carroll, Jermaine Pratt, fucking Jamal Adams, fucking Devin White, fucking like all the other players we brought in, and Landon Roberts at line, and the linebackers we brought in, we now drafted Porter, who people think could be good. I've said to Dustin, and Dustin kind of commented back, which I just saw a minute ago, is that like I think we should go out and get James Bradbury. Like I feel like we need more veteran leadership on that defense, especially in the secondary. Because I feel like we've got enough veterans in the linebacking core and stuff, but we need some veteran leadership in the DB. Like we got Chin out there, which has helped, but we need someone that's at the corner spot, that's like that's been there, done that kind of shit. So if it's me,
why not just go get Justin Simmons? Oh wait, no, we need a corner. No, I don't know. I was just thinking myself, just veteran. I just was thinking veteran. I don't know who else.
I'm saying a corner veteran specifically.
Is Stephon Gilmore, or did he retire or something? I don't know.
Well, according to Sport Track, Gilmore and Bradbury are still free agents. Bradbury is probably the most top free agent DB corner left on the market right now.
Yeah, and I was like wondering. There was a fake post about it. There was a fake tweet out there about Amari Cooper retiring. There was a fake tweet about it.
Yeah, you can't tell nowadays. It's so much social media being fake.
It's hard nowadays because everyone wants to troll and play games.
Exactly. But that shit said, man. I feel like we just need a veteran corner out there too to help out the young secondary. I think that'll change a lot. Because I think if you have a guy like Bradbury out there helping and lock down one of the corner spots, that's massive.
Man, I don't even care if it's Bradbury or fucking Gilmore. You just need someone to teach these young guys.
That's fact.
They need to improve.
Either one I'll be fine with.
I don't know. I'm not trying to watch. I'm not trying to watch this. I'm not trying to watch this team 17 games this year if this defense ain't going to show up. Like straight up, like it gets annoying losing games because your defense can't stop a nosebleed for its fucking life.
That's facts. We've seen it before.
Every year, it's fucking embarrassing.
Look at Derek Carr, man. And when we had the offense with Gruden, our offense was averaging 24 points a game, which is pretty high. And it didn't matter
because that Saints game, it was 27.8, and we were still losing.
Yeah, and we're still losing because the defense would give up fucking 40.
We lost the 20-point lead in the second half after our defense fell apart. It was embarrassing.
It was, and we got to stop doing this shit, man. There's got to be some accountability. That's why
accountability is the one thing we just don't fucking have.
Yeah, Like, to be honest with you, if we get to say week 6 and there's still like fundamental things wrong, like they're still not tackling good, or they're still missing assignments and coverage, and it's not young guys doing it, I'd consider firing Graham and just let Pete take control of the defense. Like, seriously, I would seriously consider that. I'd hope it doesn't come to that, because I want to give Graham a fair chance with this new group. But if you can't get your guys like at least like understanding their assignments and fucking the fundamentals of football, like tackling and being in position when it comes to coverage, then I don't know what more you can really fucking do at that point.
Fundamentals. You can't do fundamentals. You're gonna suck dick.
That's it. Like, fundamentals meaning like tackling and being in the right position on certain, like, understanding your like what fucking thing you're in on that play, being in the right position as a corner or safety, or even a linebacker for that matter, because you feel your gaps. I think he is, man. You want to mute him? You should be able to mute him from your side.
Yeah, I think he just passed the fuck out.
Yeah, it's very tired, bro. Just mute him. Yeah, oh, you got it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna. I'll let him fucking. He'll probably wake up at some point. But it's funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, so we'll talk about the schedule, man. I'm just gonna be honest, man. I was going through it, Dust. The end, I just, man, I gotta give some credit where it's due. You now gotta face the Giants with one of the best defensive. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, man. That Giants game is a lot scarier than people think, because I think our offensive line is gonna struggle because.
Remind me what week we're playing the Giants again.
It's later in the season, but you also got to play the Giants.
The reason why it's
week. So I think
Jackson
week 15
might be starting by that point.
Well, what I was gonna say was I think that the two games I'm about to talk about, the Giants and the Eagles, I think those are the two toughest defensive line games we got to play, because you think about the Giants, Ozzy, they have excuse me, Abdul Carter with fucking Dexter Lawrence and
that one's gonna be fucking crazy. That line. I'm not gonna lie, you're actually right. Yeah, you're right about that.
Well, then you guys still face our division. Then you got to face Washington. You got to face Washington, who has a tougher offense.
Their defense is decent too. Like, it's not like the Eagles or something. But
you also got to play the Texans, who I believe right now, if we're just going to talk about defensively, I think the Broncos-Texans.
Oh, yeah. Texans has got, what's their name? Will Johnson. The one they drafted with Stroud and Will Anderson. And there's a couple other players on that line.
I think the Texans in the because we do face the Texans. We also face the Browns, who have Myles Garrett, and of course that guy's always tough to block. I mean, you got a gauntlet for a schedule, if we're just going to be honest, for just defensive line purposes to start out. But when you look at defense, Ozzy, we have to play the two best defenses in the AFC, and I believe those are the Broncos and the Texans. And then I think the Ravens are right there too in that consideration. But
Eagles would have to be there too.
Well, when I'm talking about AFC wise, I'm just going to say those. Yes. But that's my point, Ozzy. I think we play three of the best top 5 defenses in the NFL this season, and that there.
Especially if you're talking like pressure, like NFL pressure or like defensive line specifically, then definitely.
Yes. Well, I think, I think, dude, that man Dustin is slumped. But I'm just gonna do this for him. I'm gonna. He'll probably wake up at some point. But anyways, I'm just gonna let him rest. But I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I think this schedule is going to be. It's going to test us regardless of what we think about the offensive line. This is what I'm going to say. If our offensive line at the end of this year is ranked in the top 10, they are a top 10 unit because they went against some of the best defensive lines. And if they're number one, goddammit, and It is.
So
Listen, Ozzy. Here's the thing, right? There are certain games where I look at the schedule and I say this: if you cannot control the line of scrimmage, you will not win that game. And one of
that's
those
facts.
games, and if I'm just being honest, as much as I hate to fucking admit it, if Jackson Dart starts for the Giants in that game and we cannot control the line of scrimmage, we
We're
will
fucked.
lose to the Giants.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say earlier when you brought up the Giants game. I was
So
going to say
no, no,
like
no.
what. That's why I asked what week
Here's
it is, because
I added
if it's late in the
this
season,
one in. I added this fucking specific topic in because I had someone tell me an easy game was the Giants, and I laughed.
fuck
I
no. Maybe
fucking
if it was like
laughed.
week 1 or something, but not if it's like late in the season when Jackson Darts had time to assimilate.
Brother. If we go into week 15, or it might even be late, it might be week 17 because it's like the last 3 weeks. But my point is, if you don't control the line of scrimmage against any of our divisional rivals, we go 0-6. If we don't control the line of scrimmage versus the Texans, we lose that game. If we don't control the line of scrimmage versus the Eagles, we lose that game. And the Giants, if we don't control the line of scrimmage, we lose that game. Those are 9 games right there that we can lose because we did not control the line of scrimmage. And
That's
this is what
fact.
I say. This
I
is
think
what I
that's how
say.
any game goes,
We are
really.
the
Any
most,
match.
we will be the most battle-tested offensive line because I also think we play the Steelers this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do play the Steelers, and the Steelers are always going to have a good.
Fucking hell.
The Steelers are going to have like Cam Hayward
Oh.
and all
And the
those guys.
Ravens. And the Ravens. We play the Ravens too, don't we?
Yeah, Ravens too. They're still going to have one of the best defenses in the AFC.
But do you have the schedule pulled up? Do we fucking
Hang on.
are you
Yeah,
fucking shitting me? We gotta play the AFC North
we play
along
most
with
of the top AFC defenses this year, I
my
believe.
fucking
Let me check.
brother.
Sorry.
Yeah, that man slumped in the background. Sorry, no, I don't think about that. That's crazy. No, I don't think we played the whole AFC. But that
I
don't
don't
make
know all
sense.
of them, but I know that we play a few of the tough ones this year.
Because I know we don't play the Bengals this year.
Right, so we're gonna play New England, which
So that's another game. That's another game, Ozzy. I'm gonna say it like this.
Has a
If we
defense, generally speaking.
if we can't control the line of scrimmage in that game, we will lose that one as well.
Fuck me, Dad. All right, here we go. So New England, that game can be a defensive game. Titans, that one we should win. Cowboys, there's another fucking line, right? Texans straight after the Cowboys. So
what?
Oh no, sorry, I'm reading it wrong. It goes.
I was gonna say, wait a damn second. What?
No, sorry, I was reading it wrong. I was reading from down.
Oh, you were reading top to bottom.
Yeah, I was reading it wrong. Sorry. So
okay, you're
sorry. First it's the New England, then it's the
Washington. Chargers, then Washington.
So we've got 3 games in a row where I believe they have either really good defense or they have like at least a decent defense. So because New England's defense, we'll wait and see. Chargers will have a good defense.
I'm gonna say it like this. Ozzy, in the first 3 weeks, we played 2 top 10 defenses. I'm gonna say it like that.
Yeah, pretty much. Because Harbaugh just brought over Jesse Minter from Michigan, so that defense is going to be
This is the second year too. This is the second year.
Yeah, and then they literally slaughtered fucking the fucking Detroit in the preseason.
Detroit.
They slaughtered them. And then you got Washington, which Washington's always had a decent defense.
They're going to be there'll be a top 20 defense.
Yeah, easily. They've always had a middle of the pack defense, at least, and now they've got the offense to back them up with fucking Jaden Daniels and whatever. Then we've got Chicago, which Chicago is like, we'll see.
It'll be more so I'm just gonna be real about it. Their defense has a chance to win that game by itself, just the way it is one of the better defensive units it has been.
I have to look at it because I haven't looked at Chicago's defense, to be honest with you.
No, I think they're one of the better ones. They'll be top 12 at worst. So that's another top 12 defense right there.
Yeah.
So my entire point.
And then we've got the Colts. The Colts actually have a decent defense too, believe it or not.
Wow, and they're young. They're a young defense, but they got a really good secondary. They got a really young secondary. They got really good. They got So their front seven is all young, but their secondary is veteran. So they might have it the best way possible for a defense.
Yeah,
And they also got Lou Anarumo over there, a new defense coordinator. So it
exactly.
might be it'll be different. It'll be a different scheme, different players. So
Yeah, I have to wait and see.
they could still we'll have to wait, but excuse me, after week 4 to determine how they look because they could come out the gate and suck. I mean, they really could.
Yeah, and then we got after the Colts, we got the Titans, which we should win that one. The Titans, probably middle of the pack defense, I would say, maybe just below middle of the pack.
They're more of they'll be more of an offensive team, but yeah.
Yeah, offense, but their defense is probably like middle of the pack.
But their
like
offense
17,
is rebuilding,
15.
so I think we can win that game.
Yeah, we should win it though. And then we got KC. And we got that. We all know how good Spags is as a defensive coordinator. That defense has been one of the top defenses for the last fucking 5 years. So
that's another top 10 defense right there, top 12, 15.
Yep. So yeah, and then we got the wire and then we go into Jacksonville, and this is something people ain't thinking about too. There's a Jacksonville defense. Jacksonville's been fucking getting all the guys out of Georgia, so
that's been Philadelphia.
Oh, that's Philly I'm thinking of. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you're good.
But there was what was the guy that there was a guy Jacksonville picked up too, but I can't think of his
Travis
name.
Hunter. They put Travis Hunter with Josh Hines.
Yeah, but no, there was in their D line. It was the year before, I think.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, thanks. So they got Josh Allen. Yeah, they got him like 3 years ago or something.
He's a different guy.
Yeah, he's definitely up there as a top pass rusher, in my opinion.
He's the top 12.
Yeah.
Top 10, 12, whatever.
Yeah, top 10, 12. So you got him. So that team, again, like you said, controlling the line of the scrimmage. So we got Jacksonville and the Broncos back to back. Both teams have potentially.
Broncos are prime time. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I say Broncos is top 3 defense, top 5 to me.
They're top 3, top 2.
Yeah. And
they'll be number 1, though. They'll be number 1 because of the additions they made. They were already number 1 last year.
I've said that the Chiefs probably have like a top 5 defense, and the Broncos are like top 3 or top 2.
I would say the Chargers and the Broncos are the 2 better defenses in this division. The Chargers just finished out with a better defense
in the
last year.
I'd say in the last 3 years, one of the reasons why the Chiefs, like especially last year. I mean, if you look at
the Chiefs,
the defense is what
Chiefs
kept the
were
Chiefs
better
in the game.
up until the Chiefs' defense was better up until Jim Harbaugh got to Chargers last year with Jesse Minter. Their defense ranked higher last year, and they just added more. So they're going to be a better defense. They'll be top 10.
Oh yeah, not debating.
The Chiefs' defense has fallen off and it has lost pieces. So we don't know what they'll look like completely yet, man.
Sure.
They'll be a tough one. We'll see what happens with them.
I still think they'll be top 10 though.
They'll still be top 10 or so.
Yeah, because just Spags, like as much as I fucking hate to say it, that guy's a good defensive coordinator. So
he's a good decent.
Yeah.
And then
he sucks as he's not a good outsider being a defensive coordinator.
No,
as a defensive coordinator, like that's where he's good at. But and then after the fucking Broncos in the November the 6th, we got fucking Cowboys the following week. And Cowboys have always had a good defense, really. So
yeah, it just depends if they're gonna pay Michael what he wants.
Yeah. It just depends if Michael being on the team or not. I mean, if he's not, good for us, I guess. But
that'll be it's like I said, we're battle tested this season.
Yeah,
and then we finish out with the Texans.
And then the Browns, and then we got the Chargers, and then straight after the Cowboys, it's Brown, Chargers, Broncos, and Philadelphia, and then fucking Texans and New York.
Christ. I mean, it's a tough schedule.
So, like, if you look at who we're playing defensively this year, every defense outside of maybe Tennessee, possibly the Colts,
and maybe Cleveland as a complete defense.
Yeah, maybe Cleveland as a complete defense. Is that one?
Outside that, everyone's a top 12, 15 defense.
Yeah, so maybe 4 teams, I would say, is maybe not in the top 10, 12. Still middle of the pack, probably. And then every other team we're playing is like at least top 10 to 12, if not top 5.
Yeah.
So people need to realize the strength of schedule this year, as far as defensively, is fucking tough. And the thing is, if our offense is if it goes back to a similar thing where, people got to remember John Gruden had a top 10 offense, sorry. Under Derek Carr and Darren Waller and shit. We had a top 10 offense, sorry. But our defense sucked. So That was the problem.
This is going to be a year where we're battle tested offensively because
Perhaps.
I fear we're going to have to put up points, but then at the same time, I don't know how this some of these weeks we're going to score that many points. I think
All
we're
I
going to go
ask
against.
All I ask is if we roll out there and we say we have a top 10 offense similar to what we had with Gruden in 2019, 2020, and 2021. It just fell off a little bit in 21, but it was still, we still got to the playoffs. If we can have at least a top 10 to 12 offense, I need our defense to be at least top 20, man. Like, please. At least top 20, bro. I don't want it to be like where we have a top defense and
If
like
we
a
get to
32nd ranked fucking run
week
game
7
defense.
and we're a bottom 12 defense, I expect PG to be fired.
Fuck yeah, that's what I was saying, man. Because the thing
Well,
is,
wait, you said week 7 is our bye, right?
Yeah, week 7's our bye. That's when I would make the change. If it's
Fuck
not
him.
coming,
I
I'm
hope.
not.
You know what, dude? If we walk into week 6, dude,
That's what I said. Week 6.
Dude, the funniest way you go about this. So you're like halfway through the 4th, right? And your team is you're getting decimated. Whatever week 6 opponent is, right? They're scoring 35 on you. You just see PG shaking his hand on the sideline. You're like, what's going on? And then it's like live firing. The Raiders have fired.
Tennessee game.
Oh hell, no.
Sorry, not Tennessee game. Chiefs game. Sorry, no, Chiefs game. October 19th. Sorry, Chiefs game. So it will be based on
Chiefs are week 6.
Week 7, because I think our bye is week 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, our bye is week 8. So week 7. Sorry, not week 6.
I don't want to go into that. I don't want to go in that Chiefs game with Patrick Graham if we get beat up by the fucking Titans.
That's what I'm saying. So I'd probably based on the Titans game, which is week 6.
Hell,
because the way I look at it, right, if you can't play a decent defensive game against the Titans, then it's time to go at that point. Because the Titans, to be honest with you, the Titans is probably out of all the teams we're facing, it's probably the easier, that's the most winnable game to me. Because you've got Cam Ward, who's a first-year quarterback. Their defense is it's not the worst, it's not the greatest. It's maybe middle of the pack. I'd have to really look into it, but
this is what I'm saying. If you allow
16,
Calvin
17.
Ridley to torch your fucking ass, if you allow Calvin Ridley to beat the ever-living hell out of you, I expect PG to be fired.
That's my point. If we can't perform decently defensively against the Titans and a first-year quarterback in Cam Ward, then Patrick Graham needs to be fired. But I probably wouldn't do it that week. We'd probably still have Patrick Graham, unfortunately, against the Chiefs, just because it would be easier to transition during the bye week.
Just keep him on the sideline, but have Pete Carroll call defense.
Yeah. I'll probably
or wait a minute. Is Marvin Lewis still here, or did we get rid of him?
I think we got rid of him. But to be honest, you know who I wouldn't mind calling the fucking game as an intern fucking DC? Rob Leonard. Yeah. Because I feel like Rob Leonard should be our next defensive coordinator.
This is what I'll say. I think this is what I'll say, right? If you're going to transition in this team, you just put Rob Leonard in charge of calling the defense at that point.
Yeah, I would, because and we can afford to do it, because the good thing now is with having Pete Carroll as a defensive-minded head coach is that he can still assist Rob Leonard. Adjust from going from D-line coach to defensive coordinator. And if you go back over the last couple of years that Rob's been with us, the players love to play for Rob Leonard. And if here's
the thing though. He's a young guy. The difference is though, he's also younger and he can be molded into what Pete Carroll needs as a defensive coordinator. And then honestly, if we're just being real, I'm not saying he'll be the head coach or anything, but let him learn how to be a defensive mind, because if he takes what Pete Carroll teaches him, he can be a great defensive mind, dude.
Not just that, you got to remember other things were trying to get Rob Leonard from us, but the Raiders said no. They blocked teams from taking him. and with good reason. He could be like one of the next great defensive minds in football. As far as because if you go back and look at what we did in specifically 23 with the rotating defensive line, like with so many injuries and shit, and how well our defensive line actually still performed with pressure, even with Kuntz out and everything. So those things need to be considered. And I don't have any problems with a defensive line coach being made a defensive coordinator under the tutelage of Pete
If his
Carroll.
defensive line can get pressure, it's gonna go fine.
Yeah, exactly. Because to me, it always starts in the trenches. So having a D-line coach as a defensive coordinator is actually a good thing.
And Robert Saleh
And
learned.
that's where the energy comes from too.
Well, and I was gonna say Robert Saleh as a defensive mind learned from fucking and Dan Quinn both learned from Pete Carroll. So if Rob Leonard can be just a top defensive mind and just have a top 15 offense while you have a top 5 defense, I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. I'm kind of like I want to see what like Rob Leonard can do over these next few years here.
The crazy part is though, we were all saying before the preseason and everything started, it's actually supposed to be the defense that should be ahead of the offense, but it's not.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. That's a real problem when you got like an OC that's just come from winning or help win the Natty in fucking college. It's just coming to implement a brand new offensive system, and the offense is ahead of the defense that's already been here for the last couple of years. Like that's an issue.
I mean, I will say the defense is completely changing their scheme because we are going from Patrick Graham's defense to more of Pete Carroll's. Which, like I said, but like I'm not making excuses. I think at this point, the one thing we can't make excuses for, like, I get maybe why the secondary would, but the defense or not the defense, linebackers and
linebackers,
cornerbacks and safeties in terms of the run stopping, like in terms of the coverage. Okay, things, sure, whatever. You also have different people you're throwing in there, whatever, right? Whatever. But the tackling part is concerning. You guys have never been able to tackle, and it's kind of concerning.
That's why it is concerning because to me that's the most fundamental thing of any contact football is tackling. And I don't mean just defensively either. I mean, if you actually think about it, it matters for the whole team, even offense, because what if someone intercepts a fucking throw and you have to tackle someone and stop them from running it back for a pick six? That's tackling. So to me, positioning and tackling. And then it's the same on special teams. On special teams, you have to be able to tackle and position yourself to make the tackle on special teams, on the returns and the kickbacks. So it applies to like all three levels of the team is tackling. So like the most fundamental thing of football.
The first thing you learn in football is tackling.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Even soccer, English football, you still have to tackle, but you just can't hit. You still have to tackle like with the feet, taking the ball away. There's still a form of tackling even in English Premier League soccer. It's literally the most common thing in that every form of football to mankind has is tackling. Because you have to be able to take the ball from the opponent and you have to be able to stop them. So yeah, it's just pretty crazy to me when people can't tackle. Like you're a professional football player getting paid millions of dollars and you can't tackle, that's a problem. And I think it's the most fundamental thing across all sports and all forms of football is tackling. And the second thing, and the second thing in NFL particularly, would be positioning and coverage, like being in the right position to make the play. Yeah, Will, we still there? Looks like we've lost Will for a second.
Oh yeah, you're good. One second, I was just finding my charger. One second.
Okay, bro.
You're good. I'm here. One second.
So yeah, that said, like the most fundamental thing in football is obviously tackling, and it's something I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on in the upcoming Niners game tomorrow.
Yeah, and, Niners.
Yeah, because I just the time different. Is it tomorrow for you guys right now?
Yeah, yes, it is Saturday for me.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think it's like 5:30 in the morning Sunday for me. I'll still be up to watch it though.
Well, we could talk about this next topic.
Yeah.
1 second. I've heard Thomas Booker's been showing up, man.
I thought Hemingway was also showing up.
Yeah, there's a lot of defensive tackle people showing up right now.
Well, that's good for us because I think isn't Butler only in a 1-year deal? Adam Butler. Pretty sure he's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, he's on 1 more year.
Yeah, so that's probably good for us because if Hemingway, Booker, and stuff all show up, then we don't have to resign him next offseason. We can save money. But
Yeah.
not just that. I mean, if we got young guys, like the next wave of guys coming in and showing up, that's exactly what we need. But the one problem, or the one not problem, but just concern I have with that is where does the leave Tyree Wilson? I think Dustin was going to talk about the other night. Because I mean, if you got Booker showing up, you got Hemingway showing up. If we're not going to utilize Tyree inside, where does that leave him? With Malcolm Kunz coming back to play edge, you know what I mean? I think this. I even said it before we even got paid and everything. I said this has to be a prove year for Tyree. Like he should have a breakout season. But the thing that I found weird is I don't know why they got him to lose weight. That's weird to me. They should have had him add weight, not lose it. I don't know if it's because they want him to be a bit faster off the line. If that's maybe why they did it. So we'll have to see how it pans out. But he's probably better utilized inside.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what their plan is for the defensive tackle and defensive end spot right now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird and up in the air for me, like the way they're doing it. My other concern on the other side of the ball is that right guard spot. I mean, I was almost ready to make a post the other day to say fucking bring Brandon Sheriff out of fucking retirement, put him at right guard. The one that played for Jacksonville last year and then retired.
Yeah.
He had like 1,000 snaps with 0 sacks. But then I wanted us to get him. And then I was reading about it. Apparently he retired.
He retired,
like, yeah. Like fuck, man. He had to retire this year when we need a right guard. It would have been like the perfect fit. And if you gave up 0 sacks last year at the right guard spot. I mean, I'd be tempted because the dude's not that old. He's only 33. So he kind of retired young. So it was kind of a surprise. So I don't know if he had an injury. I don't think he did. I mean, I have to look into it more. But if it's not injury related, if he decided to just retire, I'd be tempted to say, you know what, I'll pay you top guard money because we need a guard right now. Like I'd be willing. He's the guy I'd be willing to give him like the top whatever the top guard money is. And say like we need you to come play for us on a 1 or 2 year contract.
I believe it's like 21 million right now.
Really? Is that high? Like okay, maybe not top guard money, maybe a bit less.
There was one of the that one guard from Carolina that they brought in last offseason. They brought him on a 5-year, $100 million contract.
Fuck me, yeah. I guess, but I guess unless you're lucky enough to draft it, it's whatever you get what you pay for a league.
Well, no, because. Never mind. It'd be 24 because the franchise tag for Trey Smith, and then they actually changed it. And they gave him 23 million a year.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot. If it's that high, that's a lot. That's maybe why they haven't done that.
Dude, Ozzy, in the last year, it went from like 15 million being top guard money to 23.
I thought top was 15. That's what I thought it was. That's fucked. But yeah, I guess it's just the times are changing, man, because the whole NFL money cap space is going up. So.
Fuck, dude, everything's changing.
Because it just sucks that I feel like we don't have an actual right guard right now. It's like we don't know who it's going to be at this point. And the thing that's shocking me, though, is like, why the fuck did we change JPJ from center? That, to me, is a bit stupid. Like, they would have been better off putting Meredith at left guard and JPJ at center and then figure out the right guard spot. I don't know, man. I just hope that they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, we can only.
Because I'm just sick of this thing that we have this tendency to kind of like draft a player and then change. Then they're a great player at the position, a certain position in college, and then we're like, oh,
dude,
we're such geniuses. We're gonna switch
in the last 3 drafts. We've missed out on a quarterback, cornerback, and probably like a wide receiver we should have taken. So like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, especially
we should have taken Christian Gonzalez too.
Not just Christian Gonzalez. We also had the one that was first off the board. I think he went to Philly. Fucking what's his name?
Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the guy. I was literally talking about him before anybody else, and then
Or we could have taken Will Johnson. We could have taken Will Johnson.
Yeah, we could have taken a fucking risk on the kid in round 3 or something, like, because the main reason he fell is because of the injury. What pick did he go at again? I think he was in round 3, didn't he?
It was before Jack Besh, 55.
Yeah, so round 3. Yeah, I thought so. So we
No, round 2. Round 2. That was round 2.
End of round 2, maybe?
It's late round 2, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
But
yeah, we
again,
could have taken him in round 2, like fucking.
We could have taken CJ Stroud.
I don't know. CJ Stroud, we could have had at one point, we could have traded Carr when we actually would have gotten some value, gotten fucking Justin Herbert. Like, we missed out on last few years. Bo Nix. All we had to do was trade Devontae Adams to the fucking Jets and fucking go up and get Bo Nix. Because at that point in time, Adams probably still maybe could have gotten us a second or a first, and we could have like traded up or possibly had 2 first-round picks or something.
After the first season that Devontae had, if we would have traded him to the Jets,
that's what I'm saying, man. He was like
for what you were saying. If we would have done that, we would have gotten the first and probably like a fourth, and had to trade a fifth back.
Something like that, exactly. That's my point. If we'd done it then, that's when the Jets had the number 10 pick.
Well, okay, no. So it would probably be more like okay. Okay.
Because I would have done it on draft day.
If you went back to that day and you wanted to move up, you would have done if you would have done Devontae and like whatever the pick was, which was I think 12 or whatever. I think that's what it was. If you would have done him in 12, so 7, and then you would have gotten back their third and maybe even a fourth. You could have done something like that, and you could have moved off Devontae's contract.
It was literally 3 spots we had to move up from 13 to 10. Because it was 10.
It was 10. Because never mind, it was 7 this year. It was 7 or 8 this year that the Jets had. So, But point stands. If you would have gone, well, you wouldn't have had. You could have just traded Devontae straight up.
That's what I'm saying. Just traded Devontae straight.
We could have traded Devontae in like a fourth or something for like that first and like a third.
Exactly.
But and then you could have done Bowers and
could have gone both, possibly. Yeah.
Because I feel like at that point the Broncos would have fucked us and took fucking Brock. They'd have been like, "Fuck you guys! If you want to pair those two, fuck you."
Maybe, but it wouldn't have mattered even if it would.
Well, we would have still we would have just. I mean,
we probably would have gone receiver
years ago. If I'm just being real,
there was some good receivers.
If we would have gone back if we would have gone back, even just when we had McDaniels, if we would have just pulled, if Ziegler wasn't such a fucking pussy, we would have had fucking Stroud.
Yeah, we would have had Stroud, exactly, and we would have been in a lot better position than we are right now.
The position we're in right now is we're fucked.
No, well, the reason why I say with the position that we're in, we wouldn't have had to pay fucking Gino $40 million.
Well, I know.
And then we would still have like $60 million in cap space right fucking now. Or even 70.
I wish we never would have paid him, but
like from what I'm hearing, like he's gonna be an upgrade of a Minshew, but to me he's still gonna be mid. Like he's gonna be better than Gardner Minshew, but he's not gonna be as good as Derek Carr.
Well, he was never gonna be better than Derek Carr, and that's just how we have to think about it.
Well, he's not. It's just not like there's nothing in his career that suggests that. And if you think about it logically, Carr's had worse weapons than him and came into the league a year later and had to deal with having worse defenses than what he's had. So, like, if you look at it like objectively, Gino's had every advantage over Derek Carr as far as weapons, offensive line, for the most part, and definitely defense backing him up, like
coaching,
back and putting him in good field position, that kind of shit. And coaching, yes, and organization, and not having organizational dysfunction.
Yeah, I mean,
So we've got to be real about it, man. Like whether you like her or not, Gino's not even as good as him, just like career wise. So there's nothing to say that even if he goes out there and does play decently, that we're necessarily going to win if the defense doesn't show up.
well, we
It's
definitely
just
won't show.
like that's the thing.
We
I'm
definitely
a
won't
realist,
win
man.
if the defense doesn't show up. Like,
That's what I'm saying. We've got to be realistic about who's on our team and how teams are constructed and how games are won. Like at the end of the day, we want the team to win. But I'm not a pessimist. I'm not a pessimist, so to speak. But I'm a realist. Like go out in the field and show it to me before I'm not just buying. I'm just not going to buy into the Gino hype until he goes and plays well in front of an actual, you know. If he plays the Niners game and we're playing their ones, and then he plays well, then I'll give him his throws. But until then, because apparently he's still throwing picks in camp, apparently, from what I'm hearing. So,
oh,
but
I fear who that 2-hour quarterback is.
yeah. So until he proves otherwise, man, I'm just not buying into the bullshit, so to speak.
People have wanted me to believe in this bullshit for years.
Exactly. They've been doing the same fucking marketing bullshit for the last few years since McDaniels came in. And I'm just not falling for that bullshit, man. Like, go out to the field and prove it. Don't talk about it. Fucking do it. It's like one of those things, like put your money where your mouth is, or just, don't talk about it. Fucking do it. Like, put words into action. Because at the end of the day, it's like they say, actions speak louder than words, bro. So I'm just at a point. I'm at a point now where it's like I'm expecting this team to be shit until they show me they're not shit. Especially when you got a quarterback that's continuously throwing picks in camp. The backup is now looking worse than it looked last year. The defense is still showing me that they still can't fill their gaps in the running game. And they're still showing me that at times they're out of position in coverage. Like, I'm still seeing the same problems I saw last year. Granted, we're starting a new system up and all that, so I'll give them some slack on that account. But if we don't have it together by, say, week 3 of the preseason, then, like, when are we going to get it together? You've had, like, how many fucking weeks in training camp and fucking now live scrimmage against the Niners or whatever, and then we're going to play that same team. So you've had, so the Niners game should be very telling because we've had plenty of time to prepare for this team. We played them in the scrimmage, and now we're going to play them in the preseason. So this should be our best showing so far. So, we got to be realistic about this shit. It's like I tell people, man. I'm about facts, not about feelings.
Isaiah Bynum went to the Browns. Holy shit.
The one thing I do like that I'm hearing though is is what I'm hearing about Dante Thornton and some of the young guys, Terry Tucker as well, looking good.
Been showing up.
Yeah, facts. Both those guys are projected to our team. Both Tucker a couple of years back was the first one to bring him up, and then same with Thornton. And that's what we need though. We need these young guys to show up. Because I feel like there's going to be like a lot of changing of the guard, so to speak. And I don't mean the offensive line necessarily. I just mean like changing from the old guard to the new guard, as in the changing the team around. Because I think it's going to take a lot of our young guys showing up, man, to really get us moving in the right direction. But we also need certain leaders to step up. Like maybe like guys like Landon Roberts. Hopefully he can step up and take that Mike linebacker spot, or Jermaine Pratt, one of them.
Fuck yeah.
Because, I don't know, man. I'm not, like I said, I'm not pessimistic. I'm just not an optimistic person either. I'm just like in the middle right now.
Hey man,
I said,
my boy passed out.
don't blame him, man. He's been out in those fields.
Yeah. I'm just gonna let him do his. I was just giving him shit.
Yeah.
He passed. But it's all good, guys. Um, let's just hope for the best for Raid Nation. We'll see if the team shows up or not.
That's facts.
We're playing a bunch of backups, really. So, we'll see what happens. Yes, this next game will be a little telling for who we are or what we do.
Yeah, I think this next game should be very telling where we're at as a team. People need to not underestimate it because, like, you're going against a live scrimmage with them, right? So you've had practice against them already, and then you're going to go and play a live game against them. So this should really be our best game of the year, technically. Just because of the way that we had, the joint practices and stuff against them. So I just hope that the coaches aren't like that. Pete plays the starters. I want to see the starters play. I mean, it's like Dustin said on his last show with Blue and all them, and Harvey and all them, and Sacktown, Raider Mike and stuff, is that fucking Patrick Mahomes and shit's been playing. So, wow, we should play our starters too. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Right? We need to start them. We need to see where they're at. And if they do fall flat on their face, the sooner we know about it, the better.
Yeah.
Or if they're not, like if the offense is humming, good. That means you can start fucking implementing more of the fucking playbook. So either way, I wish they would play at least a fucking half, to be honest. At least one quarter would be nice though. Preferably a half. Just because you still need to assess your depth. So maybe do one half for the starters, one half for the depth. That's how I'd probably do it.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to get shit put away on my end, and I will see you guys for another show soon.
Yeah, cheers,
Honestly,
bro.
I kind of just do them randomly when I feel like it. But
no, that's cool, man. Like, yeah, just most of the time I'm just doing studies and shit. So just let me know when you're doing it, and then if I'm free, I'll let you know.
Yep, you're good, man. All right, y'all. I will see y'all around.
No, let's have a good one, bro.
You too.
Yeah, man.
Later.